Hello everyone, it's Theme Park Avenue. I am Eric, back with a new tier list. Today I'm doing a tier list for many North American amusement parks. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you know when new theme park content comes out. At Theme Park Avenue, there's much more than tier lists. We do rankings, reviews, and even some funny videos. Now I'm going to kind of lay out what each tier is going to mean. S tier will be best of the best. Some of my favorite parks, I love going to them. They are way up there, unbelievably fantastic places. A is great, like excellent parks that are not quite best of the best, but pretty close. Maybe they're short a few rides or similar, but I love them and would definitely go back. B tier is going to be very good parks. Parks that I loved, and I'd be interested in returning to, but not before an S or A one. C tier parks are fine parks that I guess you could go to once, but I don't really have any interest in going back to. D tier is parks I don't enjoy that much at all. And then I'll have haven't been. Let's begin. Michigan's Adventure I've not been to, and Knott's Berry Farm. That one I'm going to put in B tier. I think it is a very good park. Ghost Rider is my favorite coaster there. I like the appearance. Operations could use work, but it has a pretty strong ride lineup, and it's definitely a fun one. Canada's Wonderland. That one I love for sure, and I think I'll put it in B tier. I did like it more than Knott's because I thought it looked beautiful and had so many great rides and it was very fun to be at. I think it has some underrated aspects, such as some of the roller coasters like the Bat. I even like the food actually there. And then Leviathan and Behemoth are great. I have not gone since the addition of Yukon Striker, but this definitely deserves a B tier. Cedar Point. That is definitely S tier. That is my favorite amusement park for its unbelievable roller coaster lineup, great atmosphere, Frontier Town theming, strong operations, and everything about it. I just have a blast when I go here. Definitely my favorite. Now, I've not been to quite a few of the next listed ones. I've not been to California's Great America, or Dollywood, or Dorney Park, or Valleyfair, or Worlds of Fun. I have been to Carowinds, and Carowinds is definitely above these Cedar Fair parks, and it's good enough. I think I will give Carowinds A tier. It's primarily there for Fury, and there are other great roller coasters for sure. I have not been on Copperhead Strike yet, but I loved this park. It had a lively atmosphere, and a lot of the stuff that made Cedar Point great, though it had less rides, so it does have to go in just A tier and not S. Hersheypark. This one, I think some would put in S tier, some would put much lower. I'm going to put it in A tier. It has a lot of great roller coasters and rides, and it's nice to look at. It also has pretty much every flaw Cedar Point has, unfortunately, magnified, such as crowds. So it is definitely one that can be tougher to truly get on everything at, but it is a good park for sure. And it's especially held up by its top roller coasters being excellent, and being in a nice setting that they kind of put there, with the forest and all. Rest in peace, Wildcat. Kings Island. I have not gone in a while, but that'll definitely go in A tier. I went before Mystic Timber Snow Ryan existed, so a lot has changed, and maybe that'll be S tier next time I go. But it's gonna have to go in A tier for now. Great park. Have a lot of roller coasters here. You have the excellent terrain usage for many of them, and good operations, cleanliness, and even some theming. King's Dominion. I went before Twisted Timbers. I'm very torn between C and B tier, because I didn't think the roller coasters were all that great. I threw a 5 as their number 1, and it's not as strong a number 1 as it could be. I'm really not sure. I guess I have to go a little more toward B tier because there were quite a few good rides here. But yeah, it's definitely not one that before Twisted Timbers I thought was all that great. Silver Dollar City. Excellent park. That's definitely an A tier, possibly the best A tier that's here right now, for its wonderful theming, and also its pretty good ride collection, especially with Outlaw Run and Time Traveler. Kentucky Kingdom I have not been to. Six Flags Great America. Easily the best A tier if I were to put it there, but it could be S. For those who don't know, it is my favorite Six Flags park for its abundant roller coasters that are all excellent. The best appearance of any Six Flags park besides Fiesta, Texas, mainly for its great looking roller coasters, and its lively atmosphere. Because it is the best Six Flags park, and it's one I would go back to before all these others honestly, I'm gonna put this in S tier. It's an underrated park for me. Great Adventure. This one might be objectively better than Great America, and I think it's a great Six Flags park. I loved it for sure. I'm not sure if I would put it in S tier with this, though. It's very close to Great America. Its overall roller coaster lineup definitely beats all the A tier ones that I've done so far. Though I'm not sure if I would put it above. I think for now I will put this in S tier. And I know some don't think it's all that great, especially compared to the likes of Hersheypark, Kings Island, and Silver City. But I will be putting it in S tier. Six Flags Over Texas. Underrated park with underrated coasters. Not too far off from the Cedar Fair parks in A tier, so I will be putting this one in A tier. Six Flags New England. Definitely one that I enjoy for its top 2. Outside of that, you have some good appearance and operations, but not mind-blowing stuff. I'll put this in B tier. Busch Gardens Williamsburg, I have been there, but it's been such a long time that I'm gonna have to put it in the haven't been tier because I really can't judge it. Ronde. Ronde is a park I do love. I think it has some top tier rides at the very top of the list. And then you have some very nice things like the setting. The lake in the middle is beautiful, the operations are great. However, it's not quite there with these B tier parks, so I'm gonna have to put it in C. But it is a good park for sure. Busch Gardens Tampa, that's going S tier for sure. It is my home park, so maybe there is a little bit of bias there. But with Iron Gwazi being my favorite roller coaster, and the animal attractions being great, and pretty much everything about the park being excellent, it definitely earned an S tier rank for me. Six Flags America, that'll go in C tier. I think it's very comparable to Ronde. Got a few more great rides, but also a poor atmosphere. So it's one of the weaker Six Flags parks, but still a good one. Darien Lake. I think because of what else is on this list, comparatively, Darien Lake might be a D tier, but I'm going to put it in C. I think it is an enjoyable park. I like the top 3 being Ride of Steel, Predator, and Tantrum. There are some nice looking areas. Things like operation and layout are just not that great. It's a very unspectacular park, but one that I had fun at. Six Flags Mexico, that's the only Six Flags park I've yet to go to. Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. This one is underrated for its great animal attractions like the Butterfly Garden, and also having top tier ride The Joker, and a few other good supporting roller coasters. I'll be putting this in B tier, though it is below the rest of these B tier ones for sure. Holiday World I have not been to. Fiesta, Texas. That'll go in A tier. If I'd gone on a day when Wonder Woman was open, maybe it would be in S tier, but for now it's here, even though it has great theming. One of the most beautiful parks in America, honestly. Like, of all the ones ranked so far, I'd say the best looking is Silver City, and then Fiesta, Texas might be the next best. So that's definitely a top tier one. Great Escape, easy D tier for me. I know some like the park, but it's honestly my least favorite park I've ever been to. I just had a pretty bad day there, and there are some good rides, but it's not great. Six Flags St. Louis, that one is definitely in the same tier as these other Six Flags parks in the C tier. There were some disappointing rides such as Boston Screaming Eagle, mainly for their bumpiness. And the atmosphere and appearance are not anything special. Operations were okay. It was just a run-of-the-mill park overall. Six Flags Over Georgia, that will go in B tier, but it's definitely kind of close to C. I think the operations and layout are the biggest issue, though it is held up by a great ride lineup, and that's what helps. SeaWorld San Antonio I have not been to, and San Diego I have not been to either. Orlando's tough. I really don't love SeaWorld Orlando. I think its top 3 coasters are great. I have yet to ride Icebreaker, and it looks somewhat nice, but things such as the layout are not good. The animal stuff is okay. I think I will put this in B tier, but it is very close. It's closer than Over Georgia and Kings Dominion probably to the C tier. Frontier City, a nice park. I enjoy how it looks and all, and it's a good park, but it's still going in D tier. It's fun, but the ride lineup is definitely the weakest of any park here so far. And finally, Six Flags Magic Mountain. The favorite Six Flags park, I'll put it in A tier. I know everyone thinks it's the best Six Flags park, I do not. While it has some good roller coasters, there are flaws especially in operations, and I think some people who love the park maybe just look past that better than I do. But I'm not able to overlook some of those flaws, so it had to go in A tier. And that is the list. So, based on this, my favorite parks in North America are Cedar Point, Six Flags Great America, Six Flags Great Adventure, and Busch Gardens Tampa. That doesn't seem too far off. I guess I can probably accept that. And then in A tier, we have Carowinds, Hersheypark, Kings Island, Silver Dollar City, Over Texas, Fiesta, Texas, and Six Flags Magic Mountain. All excellent parks. I'd love to go back to them. I think of these, if I were to order them, my favorite of these is probably Silver Dollar City, but I'm not certain. And then B tier, you have some other very good parks. I enjoy Knott, Canada's Wonderland, King's Dominion, New England, Discovery Kingdom, Six Flags Over Georgia, and SeaWorld Orlando, though that one's closer to C than it could be. And then the other Six Flags parks I went to that are good or not that good make up C and D tier. Let's see what others say in the community rank. So there was only 7 submitted lists. Surprisingly, the only S tier is Cedar Point. I guess not a lot of people really think there's a whole lot of great parks, but then Kings Island, Silver Dollar City, and Magic Mountain, that makes sense. B tier, I feel like there should be a few more rides in higher tiers, but I guess these parks just aren't loved by a ton of people. And I'm happy to see Great America and all these other Six Flags parks in the higher tiers. For C tier, I'm definitely somewhat surprised with what we have here because I wouldn't have thought Hersheypark was that low. I'd like it less than most people I thought, and I had it in A tier. And then looking at what's at the bottom, Ronde, that makes me sad. I think people just don't go there and base it off its reputation. And I guess some people did not rank Michigan's Adventure very high, but that makes sense. And then Darien Lake and Discovery Kingdom here, I put Discovery Kingdom higher for sure, as I mentioned. But overall, that is the list. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this tier list. Subscribe for more theme park content. I'll see you next time.